I wasn't going to give no tips on entrepreneurship. But I mean, girl, you've been doing this for 8 years straight. You are definitely qualified. People can definitely learn from you. Come on, let me tell y'all a little bit of what I know. Hello, Plug Babes. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's Plug by Bianca M, but you can call me Bianca. My business is called Plug by Bianca M, and that is like my baby, okay? We have been at this thing for 8 years, and when I say 8 years, I mean 8 years consecutively. Like, I have never like slowed up, took a break, anything. I have literally ran my business 8 years through. Consistency have looked very different throughout the years. Sometimes, you know, with working a 9 to 5, full-time job, part-time job, my business has literally always been like in the forefront. I have always found time in between whatever I had going on to make time for my business. And that's also something that lets me know that I'm very passionate about what I do. Now, Plug, first it was going to be, I'm guessing, just an accessory line. I just wanted to have affordable pieces, good jewelry that didn't change color. I wanted to have shirts that had plugged and handbags and just really, really nice jewelry. And I wanted to be looked at as the plug. So that's kind of how my now fiance, and I kind of came up with the name. He asked me one day, you know, what exactly do you want to be known for with this brand that you want to start? And I was like, you know, I want people to just be able to come to me to get like some good shit. Pardon my French. But really to just get some good stuff, not having to spend an arm and a leg, but still being able to get affordable luxury. You know what I mean? So he was like, so kind of like the plug. Like, you want to be the plug for life. And it just clicked. And it was like, you're right. That's it. That is it. Like, I want to be known for being the plug. And that is exactly what got me here. It's now 2024. Happy New Year, Plug Babes. I hope that so far, so good. I hope that this year will treat us all very well. Today, I want to kind of give you guys a few tips that I use as an entrepreneur / business owner. But I do have to at least acknowledge the fact that it is now a brand new year. And you guys already know how everybody is coming with this new year, new me. Which is perfectly fine, but this is literally like a time where so many businesses will be built, so many people will be rebranding, and honestly, along the way, a few of those people may fall off, and I wanted to be here. So tune in just to see a few of my tips, no tricks, but definitely tips that I use as a business owner. These tips aren't in any order at all. I'm just going to tell you a few things that I do, and hopefully you can use these tips to incorporate in your business, your rebranding, or even starting your business, because it's 2024 and it is time. Like, you have been sitting on this idea to start this business, and it do not have to always look glamorous. Please put that in the forefront. My business 8 years ago when I started looked totally different from the way it does now, and it's supposed to. In the beginning, you are not supposed to look perfect. In the beginning, you are not supposed to be top of the line. Now, of course, you give it your all, you give it your best, but it's going to be an evolving thing. Like, it's going to always get better as long as you are consistent. Which brings me into my very first tip, being consistent. I know. This is like the tip that everybody gives, but everybody doesn't tell you that your consistency does not have to look like everybody else's consistency. I'm not telling you to work 7 days a week. I'm not even telling you to work 5. I'm not even saying 4. For instance, if you are a content creator and you want to start, you know, this business or whatever you may do, and you feel like you only have 1 day out of the week because you work a full-time job. And another thing, do not feel like you cannot run a business just because you work a job. I did it for most of the time that I have been a business owner. The last past 2 years is the only time that I did not work a full-time job or a job at all, but it took me 6 years to get where I am. So never be ashamed. A lot of times people use their 9 to 5s to actually fund their business, and do what works for you. Just do not put your business on the back burner, or don't only make time to work and not to work on your business. That will be the downfall. Make sure that you find time for your business. But back to consistency. It doesn't have to look like every day. I mean, we're human. We're not going to be able to do it every day, but at the same time, it's different levels to being consistent. You get better. You just have to start where you are. Consistency can literally look like 1 or 2 days a week. And I'm pretty sure that we all can do that. If you want a business bad enough, you will do it and there will be no excuses. So consistency, whatever that looks like to you, but hold yourself accountable and make sure that you get it done. Consistency will definitely be top tier in this process. Now, this is a big one for me. I like to plan things out. Now, granted, things do not always go as planned, but sometimes we definitely can plan them out and it will actually work out for us. The same way that we make plans for other people and show up for other people, find time to plan things for yourself and your business. So that's another part of staying consistent. It goes side by side with planning things out. Another thing that works for me really, really well is writing things down. Everything that I write down, I just feel so committed to it. I feel like it's a goal that I have to do. And I also feel like if I write it down, I have to do it, because if not, then I'm lying to myself, right? And that's the issue. We're not doing that here. We're not making no excuses. Anything that we write down, we need to make sure that we take care of. And I just feel like that's definitely another way to hold yourself accountable. Don't just write things down and just be like, oh, dang. I mean, no, everything on the list we may not be able to accomplish at that certain time, but just slide it over to another day. Slide it over to the next month. But at the same time, if you write it down, just hold yourself accountable, because it has to get done. You have to find time to do it. So definitely write it down. Okay, so I know that y'all might not like this, but this is really, really a big one. It was a big one for me. You have to be okay with missing out. And when I say missing out, it's just some things, the answer is just no. The key is discipline. If you don't get it done, and that's just the way you have to look at it. If I don't get it done, then who gonna do it? Now, hopefully, everybody has some type of support system where, people will support you throughout your journey of entrepreneurship, because it's very important. But it's some things that just require you. So sometimes if you have to miss out on a party, if you have to miss out on a vacation with your friends, girls' night, doing certain things with your kids, literally whatever, sometimes it requires you to just have to miss out. It's very important to be responsible. So missing out on certain things, it'll cost you for a good thing. Sometimes you can knock out everything and you don't have to miss out on things, but you have to know when to buckle down. You have to know when it gets serious, and you have to really understand when no is no. And it's okay. You have to be okay with it though. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I can't do this and I'm mad about it. I mean, at times it can get very frustrating, but those parties gonna be there. Them people gonna be there. You have to be your own motivation. You have to make sure that you know that it's okay to say no, because you can always catch a party on the back end. You can always go on a vacation later. And I mean, honestly, you may be more successful the next time when you go to the party, or you may be more successful when you take that next vacation. You may have more money to spend. That's what we're chasing. Financial freedom, being able to do the things that we want to do. And sometimes it's going to require you to say no. I can't make it. I won't be able to, and it's okay. What type of people do you surround yourself around? That's a hard one, because sometimes we really surround ourselves with people that really don't align with us at all. And I'm not saying oh, every last person has to do exactly what you do. I have friends that aren't in entrepreneurship at all, but that doesn't mean that they don't align with the things that I need from them. For example, even just a phone call. Sometimes we get these phone calls, girl, you are doing a great job. Sometimes we need that. Instead of having those type of people that never tell you you're doing a great job, that never support your business, post your flyers, or, even word of mouth. In my case, buy a handbag or buy jewelry. I just feel like those are the type of people that you don't need to surround yourself around. Now, I'm not going to say just cut them off completely, but you can if you choose. But at the same time, it's just sometimes in life, it's a preparation period where you need certain things. And if you are at the beginning of your journey or your rebrand, you really need people that's going to be right there. And one thing about God, he will definitely place those people right there. You have to definitely look through the fakes because they will be there as well. But that's your job to, decipher through. But you definitely need people that will show up for you. And it don't have to always be a financial show up. Sometimes word of mouth will get you a client, or in my case, a plug babe. Just watch who you surround yourself with when you are in entrepreneurship. Be yourself. Be yourself. It's going to get you so much further than these trends. The only time we need to really fall into the trends is when we need to be making reels and, things like that. But always authentically show up as yourself. Your people, your brand, everything will appreciate that so much more. I feel like I've always been myself throughout my journey, throughout my business, throughout my brand. And people always compliment me on that. And it makes me feel so good because it's like, so many people just don't be being themselves. And it looks so forced in their business. It looks so forced in their brand. You can just tell that it's just not them. I get so many compliments on, you the same offline. And I love that because, who else am I really showing up to be? It's literally one of those things where I want to always show up as myself. I feel like that's just so important, and it really, really will get you so much further. When you be yourself, you build so many unintentional and intentional, genuine connections. Like this year, I feel like has been the best year for me as far as just genuine community building. And I feel like it's because I have been getting on live more. I have been, showing up more, letting people see more of my personality, a little bit of my home, my family, just being myself, not always wanting to be made up all the time or, all dressed up. Sometimes I might just hop on with my robe on. Hey girls, what y'all doing? Hey plug babes. I'm having a morning, asking for advice from them. So that's very important to just always show up as yourself. Your people will appreciate that. You will appreciate that. Your brand will appreciate that. That's top tier. Let's cut the comparison. We just not going to do it this year. We are not going to do it. I feel like social media is definitely a site that just makes you compare. Everything is getting compared. No matter what. It can be, oh, this person's closet look better than mine. Oh, this car is better than mine. Oh, this person brand she's selling out every single time she drop. And it's everybody's journey is different. Nobody's journey is the exact same. You don't know what this person had to go through, get through, or none of that to get to where they are. And it's it really looks ugly. It makes you look like a terrible person when you just sit there and just compare. It's so negative. It just brings the energy down. And it's it really blocks your blessings, honestly. It's basically a form of complaining. And it's how dare we complain when God have woke you up to do that very thing that's on your heart, but you want to get online and you want to stroll and you want to compare your journey to somebody else's. And like I said, not even knowing what they had to go through to get there. We got to cut the comparison. Everybody does it. And sometimes we don't even mean it. But at the same time, you just have to keep that in your forefront. I'm not even doing it. Be very self-aware that shit is a problem. And we just not doing it. We definitely have to. That's definitely a big tip for me. I don't do that. I'm not doing that. If anything, I'm getting inspired by people. I love to see people doing well. Now, I'm not going to say I have never compared my brand or myself or anything at all, because of course I'm human and that's what it's designed to do. It's designed to make us compare. We're not doing that. That's dead. And half this shit is fake. We're not doing it. If you have a pen and paper, jot this down, okay? So I'm just gonna quickly go back over them and hopefully you guys can incorporate it. So first, we are gonna stay true to ourselves. Y'all know exactly what that means. I do not have to go over it. Be yourself. Everybody has an audience. Whether you feel like you do or you do not. You may not have that same audience as someone else, and that is okay. People will literally love you for exactly who you are. They will love your brand for exactly what it is. Please stay true to yourself. That's number one. Plan it out. Write it out. This is going to be so big. When you do this, you hold yourself accountable. We not lying to ourselves this year. We not even writing down stuff that we know we not going to do. Like, we are going to plan out these things. We are going to work towards them, and we are going to get them done. Just don't feel so pressured to write down things that you know that you may not be able to accomplish in a certain time. It all can get done. But right now, we just going to do, which goes back to my other video, we're going to do it quarterly, which makes everything just so much easier. So definitely plan it out and write it out. Consistency, whatever it may mean to you. Do not feel like you have to do anything 7 days a week. Do not feel like you under all of this pressure. Whatever consistency looks like to you, that's what we doing. We are our own people. We are not trying to copy off the next person's paper, off the next person's success. We are not comparing ourselves to get back into that. We're not doing any of that. Whatever consistency looks like to you, whatever you feel like is enough for your plate at that time, then you do that. Definitely stay consistent though. Surround yourself around like-minded people that want what's best for you. Like I said, you don't have to be in the same exact field. You don't have to do the same exact things. But you know, deep down in your heart, deep down in your soul, you know who genuinely wants to be in your corner. Not to just boast and brag off of, you know, you being this star, you being this person, but genuinely just want you to win. Make sure that you definitely surround yourself around those type of people. Be okay with missing out on some things. Baby, I can't make it. And do not feel bad about it. I will tell somebody fast, if I have something to do that concerns my business, oh, I'm so sorry I can't come. And I never feel bad about it, because at some point it goes back to surrounding yourself around people that genuinely want to see you win. They never feel away when you can't make it. They never feel away if you say no, because they know that you have other things and other obligations. We're grown. Life happens. You have other things to do. So definitely do not feel bad about it, but make sure that you are okay with missing out on some things. And stop the comparison. We are not doing that. We are not doing that this year. We are not doing that at all anymore, period. We're not doing it. We stopping the comparison, because guess what? Everybody's journey is different. What's meant for you will always be for you. It will not miss you. And I am a firm believer in that. It has happened for me in my life where so many things that I felt like wasn't for me was definitely for me in God's time. And so stop the comparison. You never know. Like, whatever you feel like your journey may be, God may have something so much bigger for you. Do not let anything block your blessings by comparing yourself or your brand or anything else to anyone else's. That's theirs and this is yours. Okay, Plug Bays, if you have reached this part of the video, then we are at the end. I hope that you guys love my tips. I hope that you guys can definitely apply them to your entrepreneurship journey, and drop down any tips that you have below, any of my tips that you love that will work for you. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Later.